Hello guys and welcome to the channel. Roll here, and today I'm coming to use an update video about my main build for Druid, which I like to call the Brave Druid build, but people call it Immobilize Druid. And also I'm going to answer some question I got through my Discord and comment and personal messages and even whispers about how do I use Celestial Avatar as optimal way and how do I zerg with this build. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the changes the patch did for Condition Druid in general. So let's get right into it, and feel free to use the timestamp if you want. So for a start, the patch did two specific things for this build, which is Staff 4 now have longer Immobilize, and Skill 2 inside Celestial Avatar, Seed of Life, Cleanse and Extra Condition to a total of 3. Other than that, there was nothing changed for this build at all. So, in this build, it got a little bit more powerful, but not even in a meaningful way that much. So, nothing changed for us. The update I did for the build was irrelevant to the patch, honestly, and was even prior to it. Which is, I changed the sigil of corruption in my staff to sigil of energy. Why? Because that can give me higher survivability and higher a little bit aggression, not as damage of course as the corruption, but I find corruption more of a PvE style. It bump your damage incredibly of course, but that means you need to have it and you not die as long as you have it. It doesn't work for duels. If you lost any duel, any round in dueling someone or whatever, so it felt a little bit weak, on the weak side. And I try to make this build as powerful as possible, utilizing every point and every aspect or skill out of it. So that's why I used Energy Sigil. What is the benefit that Energy Sigil gives us? This sigil, every time you weapon swap to the weapon it's in it, it will give you 50 endurance. That means a full endurance bar. We have 2 and each one is 50. An extra dodge for us mean 2 seconds of protection, and protection heal us through the traits Companion's Defense and Rugged Growth heal us and our bit. So not only that we get the protection, we get the healing, which help refill Celestial Avatar faster. And also an extra dodge mean triggering light on your feet, which extra condition duration for every skill that will be used as long as the effect on us. So we can trigger light in your feet more even. So it's benefit a little bit in the damage and benefit on the defense and healing. And also an extra dodge means an complete immunity to whatever coming next to you as long as you're dodging. And dodge is the only source of serious defense that we have in this build. We can only heal through the damage and cleanse condition. And even the only source of protection we have is dodges, and it's not really that reliable as a defense source, since it's extremely small, 2 seconds. But now we can build it up a little bit. If we have to, we can dodge and we have protection, and we can dodge again if it's another hit. Like we can even use double dodge in certain situation to completely avoid some crazy damage like Fresh Air Weaver, second SoulBeast, stuff like this. And we don't run anything like Signet of Stone or whatever. We don't have Great Sword for blocks, so dodges is everything we have, and now we have more. So that's for the value of this sigil in general. But how do I use it? How do I utilize it to its maximum? First, like I said, it's on my staff, and since I'm a druid, if I'm entering Celestial Avatar, that trigger as another weapon swap. So the thing is, like I told you, you always need to be on staff if you're entering Celestial Avatar. Let's say I'm fighting on someone on short bow, of course you always start on it, and then I'm dodged, and I dodged again, and then I move to staff to try to kite, and I dodged, I enter Celestial Avatar, I use the combo, and once I leave Celestial Avatar, I get the dodge again. So if you, after moving to staff, if you spend 9 seconds on staff and Celestia Avatar, like you kited, you healed with staff, you used your projectile barrier, and then entered Celestia Avatar, after you leave Celestia Avatar, you get another dodge. And this is like the perfect combo sometimes you would be doing. Of course, in situation you would be using Celestia Avatar in an aggressive way, like using Lunar Impact to trigger a daze, like trying to interrupt a revive, stuff like this, and the timing wouldn't be accurate. But most of the time in a 1v1 with a lot of kiting and a longer fight, you would be using staff to get the extra dodge, and you use it and then use Celestia Avatar, and after you leave Celestia Avatar you would get another dodge. So always treat your dodges like a currency in a way. You don't want it to be 100% all of the time. Of course, if you just started the fight, it's not a thing to really dodge. But do not change to staff before you dodge it. Staff is for kiting, and if you didn't use any dodge, you don't really need to kite, do you? And even if you were in a fight and you wanted to move to staff to catch someone, like he's running from you, so you never really needed to kite, you're trying to chase, for example, dodge and then move to staff. Simple as that. Even consider it dodge for mobility at this point. But you literally didn't lose any endurance. Once you move to staff, you got it again. So it's better to dodge this way. Just keep in mind, you be dodged before you use staff. So that move us to another subject. How do I use Celestia Avatar in general? If I'm using it aggressively, I can use it on short bow, but if I'm using it defensively, I'll be using it on staff, of course. Like I said, always if you need to heal, you heal while on staff inside Celestia Avatar. But if I'm trying to interrupt a revive or something, then I'm not really that much of a threat and I don't need that much healing. But the combo I would use normally in Celestia Avatar, I would enter Celestia Avatar, cleanse all condition, use skill 2 and 3 to the point the place I would be standing in after 1 second, the delay of Seed of Life. And now this combo would cleanse 4 condition. It's a light field, so area cleansing condition for everyone. After that, I would actually use skill 5 for Celestia Avatar for hitting the view around me to trigger at least 1 hit, so everyone would get triggered by Ancient Seed. I wouldn't usually complete the cast, but if the area was a lot of cleave and if I'm with other people versus other people and they're trying to get a finish or something, I would stay more in Celestia Avatar, either use skill 5 if I'm trying to catch the people and immobilize so they could be cleaved, since if you finish it you actually immobilize everyone's area, trigger an effect called Black Hole. Or if I see people need more healing, I would press W to cancel it and start healing with skill 4, and once I finished I would use skill 2 and then 3 for another combo if it's possible. Let me show you an example. If I am with a lot of people, then it's more beneficial to be on staff. I'm not the only one who's doing damage and I'm already hurting a lot of people using only Celestial Avatar. So I would be on staff, I would use skill 2, 3, trigger natural conversion with Ancient Seed. Now I walk to cancel it. I would heal the people around me, as in I would use skill 3 again. I would use Lunar Impact. You could wait a little bit on using Seed of Life if you would need the other cleanse, the combo field. If there is another field around you like fire or something, it's not really beneficial since you will trigger the other field anyway. Or you could use it immediately and then leave Celestia Avatar. So that is how usually I would use it in a group situation. If I'm using Celestia Avatar for running, I would enter Celestia Avatar, use Seed of Life in the place I will be after 1 second to trigger the combo. I would trigger a heal also and leave immediately, whether I want the stealth right now or I wait a bit. Like I would notice this, if I'm being chased by a ranger, I want to trigger the stealth before they trigger rapid fire, skill 2 for longbow, something like that. So it's up to you how low health. If you're really low on health, then you need more of a skill 4 to start to get it up again. But other than that, I would use 2 to the point or the area I would be standing in after 1 second and trigger lunar impact on it, and that's it. I leave. Now to another subject, which zerging on my Druid build. First, this is how I run my Druid build, and I already discussed in the build video that sometimes I use quickening zephyr. Depending on the situation, if I'm being outnumbered or I need to kite a lot of chasers, quickening zephyr is a choice. In normal situation, glyph of equality is better. We all know that ranger is still not a meta for zergs and is not really that great, and people would argue that every other support class can offer much more than ranger, and they are true, let's be honest. But that doesn't mean that ranger is completely useless in zergs. Actually, it's the other way around. I work with a roamer build, so I'm not really a zerger, and usually I would roam inside a zerg. That means I would flank and catch people from sides, the strays, and I would kill them. I can really hold my own as well, so I would kill, I would kite, I would go back to the zerg, and they can catch him. This is a general idea. And I can still offer some extra support, so I'm not fully on damage or a roamer inside zerg. I can still offer value through the use of staff, skill 5 for projectile, skill 3 for kite and healing, skill 4 to remove the impairing condition from our people who's being captured from like an Immobilize or something like this, and immobilize the other people, the enemy. And you can still offer some healing. Celestial Avatar also is at 1200 range healing skills with daze and condition cleanses and a blind, so it is decent. But if you want to go more hard on zergs or you're being outnumbered, usually I would use Glyph of the Stars. This skill can cleanse 2 condition from B1 area up to 10 target and prevent condition from applicating on them, which is insane and powerful and can swing some fights. The more druids you have, the more people that can be immunized against condition, in a way that there is no way around it. As long as you're back away from them, you can cast the skill from 1200 range. You are like a backsider, and you cast it while you're safe and no one can feed you or stop you or interrupt you or whatever, and no one inside this area that you casted will be applied with condition, at least to the maximum target number. There is also another options. You could run the healing glyph, so now you have 3 glyphs. You could use lesser seed of life 4. So you would have condition cleanses, you have less cooldown on them. But I would say if you really want to support, you would better go with the healing trap, healing spring, and the staff. So now you would use something like healing spring, and once it casted, there is an area would cleanse 2 condition from 5 targets every 2 seconds, which is insane for condition cleanse, and still offer a decent healing since you have a lot of healing power and a lot of regeneration, which will refill your Celestial Avatar insanely faster too. The same way with the Glyph of the Stars, since it's healing and up to 10 people, that means he'll filling Celestial Avatar even faster. And inside Celestial Avatar, Glyph of the Stars also offer you a revive to people with protection, regeneration, and vigor, which great support. Make the Celestial Avatar itself useless, but with this combo you can refill Celestial Avatar even faster. So if you had to revive some people, you think you can do it, it is great to use it for revive also. Sometimes I once in a fight revived 4 people with it to come in a small group fight, not really a big zerg, but like I said, it can swing fights. So that's it for how I zerg usually. Like I said, I stay on the same build, only use the Glyph of the Stars, nothing more. Especially for smaller group, not really like 3 people, I'm talking like up to 10 people or something. This is how it runs a build usually. So I'm still even able to provide stealth for my people and super speed. Okay, that's it for the video guys, and I hope you enjoyed it and find it informative, and I will be seeing you next time.